Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the ring, Davey McHale.
Davey McHale, 28 years of age, from Glasgow. His second attempt tonight to become a British champion. He lost in the first one against our guest tonight, the excellent Floyd Havard, in 10 rounds. Havard just had too many skills for him and wore him down. But that was no disgrace. He's strong and he's brave. He likes to pile on the pressure. And against lower grade opponents, he's got a pretty good knockout record. He comes here well prepared and full of expectation. Davey McHale from Glasgow, managed by Tommy Gilmore, who on the law of averages is due a win after a series of reverses lately. How do you like his chances, Glenn?
I think he's certainly got a good chance here. It's a good fight for him. He obviously wants to win very much. He's tall, he's long, and he likes a fight. It's going to be a different sort of fight for Gallagher, this one, because McHale's going to go for him a little bit. He's going to test him.
And ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ringside now, P.J. Gallagher.
Well, many of his friends and his big family here to support him as usual, PJ. Likeable little fellow with a lot of skills. He's been getting some rave reviews, but when winning the WBC international title last time out, he was floored and cut by the mystery Ukrainian Rakim Mingalaev. He has the skills, but how much, I wonder, did that hard fight take out of him? There's his little boy, Danny Boy, who is a bit of a cheerleader and has got a pretty mean jab himself by the look of those scenes we saw in the back garden.
Yes, it's a good fight for Gallagher here. He's got to work hard here. It wasn't a tough one, Mingalaev, and he's got to really, I think he's got to use the jab a little bit more in this fight. He's got all-around good skills, good left hook, but he just needs to use the jab a bit more.
Yes, he's in with a pressure fighter, so he may need to rely on his boxing rather more than he did and not get dragged into trading punches quite so much against McHale, who has a bit of a dig. McHale is 5 years older. Time's running out for him at this lower weight. Just the taller man as well, the Scotsman, both inside the 9 stone 4 pound limit. McHale on the right there, only 12 fights in 5 years. Gallagher's been much busier on the way up. And knockout percentage higher for McHale than Gallagher, who has not really looked a big puncher so far in his career for all his neat skills.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event. Frank Maloney and Panax Promotions proudly present 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the Vacant British Super Featherweight Championship, sponsored by the Sunday Express. And live and exclusive here on Sky Sport, you've joined us for the best ringside seat in the business. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing the red trunks and brings to the ring a 12-fight record with 11 wins, 9 by KO, and weighing in at 9 stone, 3 pounds and 10 ounces. Would you please welcome the pride of Bonnie, Scotland, Glasgow's Davey McHale. And across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, he's from Wood Green. He's wearing the green trunks and brings an undefeated ring record of 15 contests, 15 wins, 8 by the way of the big KO. He weighed in at 9 stone, 3 pounds and 2 ounces. He's the undefeated WBC International Super Featherweight Champion, Galeforce P.J. Gallagher. Ladies and gentlemen, your timekeeper is Mr. Tom Rice, and when the action starts, your referee is star referee Dave Parris. Stand by. We're going to raise some hell at the sound of the bell with 12 3-minute rounds of boxing.
John McDonald, the MC, working hard at it.
break when I tell you to and defend yourself at all times. Shake hands, boys. Good luck to you both.
Dave Parrish, the referee, will score it, of course. PJ Gallagher looking to become a British champion for the first time tonight. It's the biggest night in his professional boxing life. He looks a wee bit nervous there in the corner, doesn't he?
Yes, I think he realised this is a tough fight for him. He's got to work well here. Fast
start, nerves or not, by Gallagher. Caught by a right hand, though, from McHale. He just may have to be a bit wary of McHale's punching power. Remember, Gallagher was on the floor in his last fight.
Yes, he's got to be careful. He's got to try and come in behind the jab, McHale. He's got to try and box his way in and then use the left hook. Last time he was decked because he went for the left hook first. But it's a good start from Gallagher.
It's a good start to the fight. McHale picking his punches pretty well too. Got caught with the right cross from Gallagher. Plenty of punches thrown and landed in the opening minute. Tremendous pace about it. This 9 stone 4 pound division, the super featherweights, a title which has changed hands rapidly in the decade or so that it's been in existence in Britain. After that last fight, I think Gallagher may have just worked on his elusiveness and defense a little bit more. He was taking rather too many, really, for a boxer of skills there. He found an angle well there for his left hook.
Yes, he just stepped aside there, just looked for an angle for his attack, and it was a good one. McHale trying to keep the fight long. He's getting in close now, but he was trying to keep it long. He's the taller man. Now we're starting to get a bit more of a fight.
Good punches going in again from Gallagher. 2 left hooks to the body, having got through previously to the head with the right hand. He really does throw a lot of leather, Gallagher, but McHale's held his own pretty well in this round. Flashy skills again from Gallagher.
Again, Gallagher, a lot of punches he's throwing, but he's getting through with quite a few.
Very, very good opening round. Watch the heads coming close together. Referee Dave Parrish. Bit more head movement in this contest from Gallagher than we saw last time out. There's a bit of blood coming from the nose by the look of it of Gallagher early on here.
Yes, and Gallagher's using the jab a little more in this fight.
Good right hand too. He's outworked McHale in this first round. The Scotsman, I must say, looks confident and strong himself, like a man who's pacing this Gallagher's round, but it shapes up to be a pretty good fight, this.
Yes, I think he was the busy. You see the good work here. He favours that left hook and he was using it well in that exchange. But he was just a busier fighter. He did well there. He forced the pace back, but certainly McHale, he went with him when he had to.
Second round. Gallagher green. McHale, the 28-year-old from Glasgow, 6 years older, in the red trunks. Good body shots going in from McHale. Gallagher had an answer. They will both have been trained to the minute for this. McHale, having failed once before to become a British champion, well, that I'm sure will have just steeled his resolve even more to make sure he gets it right this time. But he has this busy little buzzsaw in front of him from North London, PJ Gallagher.
Yes, that's the hard thing for McHale. Gallagher is so quick, he gets his punches off so well, and he's so busy. So McHale has to try and steady him up a little bit. He's got to do that with using the jab. But Gallagher just slipping from side to side and getting past that at this moment.
Again, McHale having his successes, notably to the body. But he does look to have sharpened up defensively, Gallagher, from his last fight. More head movement, more lateral movement from him.
Yes, he's moving the head quite well, but he's got to continue to do that as the fight goes on. And that's all about concentration.
Good left hook to body and head from Gallagher. McHale's job at the moment is to just stay with Gallagher's work rate. Some blood looks to be around the mouth of Gallagher. Nothing for him to worry about too much by the look of it at this stage. I think the thing with Gallagher is he looks to me as if it may have improved in that last hard fight he had. Looks as if he's gone away from that, absorbed a few lessons, got to work in the gym, and he does look better defensively, but this is a hard fight for him to win against this guy McHale, who's been there at this level before.
Yes, this is a hard fight, but you're right. It looks as if Gallagher has gone in the gym. He's working, standing off a little more, using the head movement, just trying to box his way in more. This is a good opening to this fight.
Very good right hand got in there from Gallagher. McHale just wanted to hold on a bit. Teeing off to the head. Unremitting action.
Right.
Another good round.
At Old Trafford, West Ham achieved the impossible, and at the Stadium of Light, they did it again.
West Ham will be going into the quarter-final, that's a fact.
Now they face Spurs, who are hoping for Cup magic in 2001.
Simon Davis!
Then in the Scottish Cup, Dundee United face the might of Rangers, desperate in their quest for silverware. A great cup double starting with the AXA-sponsored FA Cup, Sunday from 3, live on Sky Sports 2 and Extra.
These days, what does this word really mean? Well, if it concerns the internet, it could mean anything. You may have to change your telephone number or telephone company. You may have to make a minimum number of local, national, or peak rate calls to qualify. You may have to enter into a long-term contract. You may have to pay call charges, charge for account using the helpline, and so on. But that's all stopped thanks to AOL. Our free trial really won't cost you a penny. We pay all the call charges, our helpline's free, and if you don't want to start paying the subscription fee at the end of the trial, just call us, free of course, and you won't owe us a penny. So with AOL, free means free.
We're changing the way food is made. We're sure you'll taste the difference. Seeds of Change, 100% organic foods.
Intelligent Finance is the unique new bank from the Halifax. It could change your life. It is the only bank that connects the money you have with the money you borrow, in any product combination that suits you, to make you better off. Intelligent Finance. Call 0845 600 4343 or visit if.com.
New Renault Laguna, moving technology.
From American Express has evolved. Welcome to our next generation of credit card.
If you're changing your mind about food, here's something to your taste. Seeds of Change, 100% organic foods.
You are cordially invited to the house on Haunted Hill for an evening of terror and humiliation.
Oh, spooky.
Let the games begin.
This house has no morals.
We're all gonna die.
There's gotta be a way out of this house. This is crazy.
Look.
It's the house. It's alive! Run!
Enjoy your stay at the House on Haunted Hill, now showing on Sky Box Office.
PJ Gallagher. They call him PJ, by the way. His real name's Patrick because he has a cousin who's also called Patrick and is also a professional boxer. So the British Boxing Board of Control wouldn't allow two Patrick Gallaghers, hence his shortening to PJ. Gallagher unbeaten in 15 contests. McHale, who's only lost the one in 12, and that was against Floyd Havard.
Gallagher using the ring well in this fight. You see how he's changing angles, stepping one way, then the other, and trying to mount attacks from different angles.
He still may just have to be a little bit wary about McHale's dig. Again, a good right cross, fast hands from Gallagher, and he's looked ultra sharp so far here. Can he maintain this kind of snap and zip in his performance if it develops into a long, hard fight? Because he was really clinging on at the end of it in that fight against Mingalayev last time out, when it was a question of whether he'd get home, badly cut to the left eye.
Again, the work rate is very good from Gallagher. He's just really slipping into his rhythm, and he's landing with good punches here.
McHale gets him with a right to the body, but so far, really, it looks like Gallagher's outscored him by a ratio of about 2-1. Simply on punches landed. That's how it looks anyway. Referee Dave Paris may be seeing it a little bit differently. He is closer. Good right hand that over the top from Gallagher.
Right.
Tremendous pace being set by the little man from Wood Green in North London.
Yes, he's trained so hard for this fight. It was obviously, we wondered after the last fight, which was a difficult fight for him, how well he would adapt in this one, whether it would take a lot out of him, but he's answered any questions here. It's been a very good start.
Landed with so much, including that really good stiff jab, Gallagher, that it must begin to take some effect, you would think, on McHale. Right uppercut inside from Gallagher, who's winning the fight at the moment.
Yes, normally he's a good left hook, with the right hand's been working well there. You see, just after the jab, just finds the gap over the left hand of McHale. He slots that right hand in beautifully.
McHale in the other corner with Benny King there. The title vacant, the British Super Featherweight Championship on the line here. It's all-out effort, tremendous stuff from Gallagher so far, who's looked absolutely razor. Glenn's scorecard has given everything so far to PJ Gallagher, and so have I.
Yes, this is really an impressive job so far from Gallagher. He's working so well. He's got his boxing back together. He's very exciting.
McHale has had 6 of his 12 opponents on the floor at some stage in his fights. Maybe a point worth remembering. But he hasn't fought, apart from Floyd Havard, at this kind of grade before. Much better movement from Gallagher in this fight. He's not standing in front of his man and looking to trade punches, which isn't really quite his game. Relying far more on his speed and skills here tonight. Beating McHale to the punch time and time again. Has this funny little habit, Gallagher, have you noticed this, Glenn, of looking down at the floor before he throws some of his bigger shots?
Yes, I think he just tries to maybe take the opponent's eye off his punches or off his own eyes while he sort of feints a little shot, and he just looks at the floor momentarily and then throws the punch.
Maybe he doesn't know he does that.
But McHale he's trying hard. He's trying to get his punches up, but just still being beaten to the punch by Gallagher.
McHale's work has just lost some of its earlier solidity and composure. He's just looking a bit more ragged at the moment. He has taken quite a few punches from Gallagher. There's a little subplot here as well. Gallagher from the Frank Maloney camp and McHale from the Tommy Gilmore camp. Those two were in rivalry for the British flyweight title recently. Very controversial win there for Mickey Cantwell of the Maloney camp over Gilmore's Keith Knox. A lot of calls for a rematch there. And one has been ordered. Blood coming from the nose now of Gallagher, who just wipes away at it for a moment.
Well, McHale's still trying to work, and he got through with some decent little shots inside to Gallagher, but Gallagher, he's back at his work and he's standing off, moving his head well again.
Good right hand that from McHale. Worth remembering too maybe that Gallagher just did tend to fade a little in the second half of the fight against Mingalaev, and McHale may well feel that if he can just hang on in there a bit, he may be able to come on strong later on in the fight. That's the theory of it anyway. But is McHale biding his time? Let's see. Round 5. PJ Gallagher, who's fought this at express pace from the first bell. He won't be short of fitness. Great body shots from him. 3 really horribly hurtful looking left going into the body of McHale.
Well, I think McHale's strength and will is really going to be tested in this fight, because it's been pushed at a really hard pace. And he's had to take some heavy punches to the body and the head, McHale.
Looks really classy in bursts, Gallagher, when he's in this kind of mood. The way he can find angles, his hand speed is good, and you just wonder how electrifying he might be if he really had a knockout punch. It could be something absolutely top draw. It's pretty useful as it is. Oh, that was not a knockdown. He just fell over the boots of Gallagher. Gallagher didn't mean to trip him, just an accident. Left hook to the head was a good shot, wasn't it, from Gallagher too?
He mixed the punches up around the left-hand side very well there, Gallagher. He's got good variety, but I think he favours that left hook.
Gallagher calls himself Galeforce on tonight's evidence. That's a pretty good nickname. McHale is hoping that that Gale will blow itself out to something like about force 2 on the Beaufort scale. No sign of it so far.
McHale still managing to get his punches off, still trying to work, but nothing really significant landing.
Again, good looking shot, the left hook to the head from Gallagher. Just noticeable that Gallagher, though, is beginning to drop his left glove, which was a mistake he made against Mingalaev, and paid for it with a right hand. And there McHale did land with one.
McHale showing his strength. He's prepared to stand in there and try and work Gallagher over.
You just wonder, though, whether this is a fight with some little twist in the plot somewhere ahead of us, don't you?
Yes, you've got to wonder, you've got to hope that Gallagher can keep his concentration. Certainly his fans in his corner will be hoping that he can, because that's what seemed to slip in the last fight. He just seemed to lost concentration, but up till now, boxing very well.
Here's round 6, getting on towards the halfway point. 12 rounders, of course, for these British Championships. And we've watched a very, very sharp display so far from P.J. Gallagher, a fighter about whom a lot of nice things have been written. Although there were one or two doubts, quite honestly, after that last fight. It wasn't too convincing, frankly, and we did wonder whether he really did have it to go all the way to world class. There was a little stamina question mark, and that may be a factor here. We'll see.
Yes, well, he works so very, very hard. In the last fight, he did a similar thing where he won everything early, but then the stamina just seemed to be a bit questionable. So he needs to have done all his work here, because it's a blistering start they've boxed at.
Looked to me that in that last exchange, McHale got in with a very good left to the head. And Gallagher, I think, was just stung by that for a while. His head cleared quite quickly. They're both in fantastic condition. That much is clear already from the intensity and pace of this. Again, very classy 5 or 6 punch combination from Gallagher. But McHale, you get the feeling that his challenge here is not done with yet.
No, he's still strong. He's showing character in there. Now he's starting to land some good punches, and he's just got Gallagher looking to grab around the neck there for a second.
McHale, just noticed on his record, did have a very good win over Carl Taylor. Ooh, those are big shots going in from Gallagher, though. Head shots. McHale letting the gloves drop a bit and paying for it.
Gallagher had just gone quiet for a little bit there, Ian, but then come out with some marvellous combinations.
McHale there looking as open and vulnerable as at any stage in the contest. Is this non-stop pressure from Gallagher beginning to get to him? Even good work with his back to the ropes from Gallagher. McHale letting the leather fly, though, and just caught with one on the way in. McHale hurt by that.
Yes, McHale just gambling a little bit there and going for broke, but got caught by a good shot from Gallagher, who's just keeping his hands up nicely on the ropes.
It was a really stiff counter. Now, give credit to Gallagher. We've worried about his stamina and his ability under pressure, but he weathered that particular blitz pretty well with his back to the ropes and came through the round. Blood coming from the nose now of McHale as he goes back to his corner.
Good combinations here, and that solid left hand that must have hurt, and then the right hand. So a good end of that round there from Gallagher.
That would have been a bit dispiriting, I think, that round from McHale, because he really did turn up the gas and try to turn on the pressure, and he couldn't really nail Gallagher and took some pretty stiff-looking counter punches too.
That's right, he really had a big effort in that round, McHale. For the first time, he really tried to push. Gallagher just got quiet for a little while, and it looked as if he was having some thoughts, but then he came out with some good combinations. Now that took a bit out of McHale, I would feel.
Into the second half of the fight, round 7. Gallagher has only gone this far once before. That was in his last fight, which went the full 12 rounds. Again, some classy skills from Gallagher. Really does look fired up, Gallagher, after that last laboured win against Mingalaev. It looks as if he's come in here to really try to turn on the style and razzle-dazzle. Real battling qualities, though, and solid look about McHale, who's taken an awful lot of punches, but is still in there, trying very, very hard to come to terms with this little whirlwind in front of him.
Yes, McHale has showed very good character, very good strength, just staying in there, because really Gallagher has been at his best in this fight.
Another stiff jab. He's just beginning to look a bit swollen up around the face, and the blood coming from the nose, McHale. 2 left hooks go in as well.
McHale's legs just seem to have a little quiver there with the uppercut.
Yeah, I thought so. Looks to be a bit less in McHale's punches as well now.
McHale showing what a tough man he is. He took a couple of good punches there, and he's still pushing forward, trying to work as the best he can against Gallagher, really trying to push Gallagher to the limit.
McHale keeps on walking forward, trying to apply the pressure, but Gallagher looks just as happy counter-punching with his back to the ropes. Can McHale find an equaliser?
McHale pushing Gallagher on the back foot here, and Gallagher has just wind down for a bit, but then again shows us them barrage of good left hooks.
1 or 2 of which went a bit too low for Dave Paris' liking. Still a long way to go in this fight. A fight of unremitting pace.
And again, good work from Gallagher. He's had some good work in that fight, but again, he quietly just goes about his work. There's nothing exciting, but he just seemed to be getting to Gallagher a little bit in that round, and again, he could maybe share the spoils.
Here's round 8. Is McHale just slowly finding a way back into the fight? Is Gallagher going to look like a 5-furlong horse entered for the Guineas? Still travelling pretty well at the moment, judging by that right hand. There's Glenn's scorecard. Big lead for Gallagher. McHale getting a share of the last 2, according to Glenn. Two low blows there with his back to the rope. The referee didn't see them. He was on the blind side. I did. This was right ahead of us. Still looks strong, though, doesn't he, McHale?
He does. He's planting his feet a little bit there. He's trying to keep in center of the ring and not be pushed back by Gallagher. And he's still getting through with some good shots.
Gallagher, who's done so much, so classily, must be having 1 or 2 little doubts himself. He must be thinking, what have I got to do to get rid of this fellow? He's still coming at me. He's taken everything I can throw at him, and there's still a long way to go. I wonder whether 1 or 2 little demons are beginning to play in the mind of PJ Gallagher.
Well, he's starting to do less, and as you see there, he's just looking to grab McHale around the head. So McHale has just waited his time well, and now he's pushing forward himself.
Good lateral movement from McHale with a big points deficit, we think. He just has to keep on pressure, 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 and hope that he gets the breakthrough. One or 2 signs, growing signs, but Gallagher is just slowing up. Pressure, but none of those punches getting through, to be honest with you, from McHale. They're just hitting the gloves of Gallagher, who found the best shot, that right counter, with his back to the ropes. That's what makes those things hard to score. There are probably about 20 punches thrown in there. I thought only 1 really landed, and that was the right counter from Gallagher.
But the interesting thing is that McHale is the one who's looking to push the fight here. He's the one who's looking to strong. Gallagher just looking a little tired in this round.
breathing more heavily as well now. Gallagher just coming up for gulps of air from time to time. Has he paced this right?
Gallagher come off the ropes there with a couple of good shots. Just
picking it up in the last half minute of the round, Gallagher, learning the pro's trick of trying to take the referee's eye late. This is Davy McHale, the Scotsman who's had more injuries than Brian Robson. Knee injury put him out of this one the first time. He's coming back, well, with growing authority. In between the rounds, Paul Weir, former world champion, recently lost his title. And the big stablemate of Davy McHale's and friend went to the corner to try and G McHale up even more. And no doubt to tell him that this argument is far from over. McHale given that last round just by Glenn. There's still 4 rounds behind, though, we reckon. And there are only 4 to go. Gallagher's picked it up a little bit. I think maybe his corner were telling him, Colin Wilson, look, you know, don't coast home from here. You've got to keep up the pace.
Yes, he was just been allowing himself to be pushed back a little bit too much. I think the corner will want him to start pushing forward, start looking for the angles again, and start mounting his own attacks.
Cleaner, snappier punches coming from Gallagher for my money, though, in this round, although McHale is the one walking forward.
Yes, this is better from Gallagher in this round. He's just getting his combinations off a little cleaner and starting to land with the better punches. But he'd set such a hard start. It was really a hectic pace to this fight. He obviously had to tire a little bit.
Bit of blood around in there at the moment. Blood from the nose of McHale. Some from the mouth, I think, of Gallagher as well. That's been there from an early stage. Understandably, they're both beginning to tire. McHale has done a lot of work in the last 3 rounds trying to claw things back, and I just wonder if for the moment he is feeling the pace, because Gallagher has looked better in this round. Big stiff jab. McHale took that too. This is good tactics from Gallagher, never presenting the stationary target for McHale. Trying to get away from those rips. He's caught there for the moment.
Yes, but nothing clean landing from McHale. And Gallagher turned his man so well there and landed with the right hand.
Marked up around the face now, McHale.
This is better from Gallagher now. Now he's just slipped back into gear again and starting to work forward, and a lot less coming from McHale in this round.
McHale's been pretty comprehensively outboxed in this one. He's just lost the impetus. Just when it looked as if he was maybe beginning to find his way into the fight, Gallagher has reasserted himself. Easily his round, easily. And PJ Gallagher in the far corner from you. From Wood Green in North London, Colin Wilson, who used to be his trainer too at the old Angel Amateur Boxing Club, giving him a little hug and a few words of encouragement on his way out. His lovely son, Danny Boy, here watching him, who's still under 3 years of age. McHale, you feel here, needs a big round, doesn't he?
Yes, he needs something very big to get his confidence back. It's been hard work in the last round, and Gallagher started this round well again.
Well, I must say on my scorecard, I think McHale already needs the knockout to win. Knockout or stoppage.
Yes, I agree. He needs something very big indeed. He's put up a tremendous fight McHale, but always just been beaten to the punch by Gallagher.
10th round. This is the round in which McHale was stopped in his first British title attempt against Floyd Havard, and he was hurt by those punches from Gallagher, who's wrestled to the floor. No knockdown.
Yes, McHale was really steadied by the first solid jab. That put him on the back foot. Gallagher has McHale in a bit of trouble here.
McHale maybe coming towards the end of his tether. Just looked a bit flat in that last round. And Gallagher, I think, can see that his man is beginning to wilt, taking backward steps now. McHale, he's the one who's trying to dodge around by the ropes. Another mood swing. McHale had a good little period around the 7th and 8th. But Gallagher is back in charge. His legs just seem to give way beneath him. It wasn't because of his shot there. And Dave Parris taking quite a close look there, I noticed, at McHale. Just checking on his condition.
Yes, I think McHale has just weakened a bit in this round. Certainly he went for a punch and the legs just give way. I think the strength is just starting to wear away from McHale.
I wonder whether Gallagher might be on the verge of the stoppage here if he can put together the right kind of cluster of punches. Big, big night for both of them. Gallagher looking to become a British champion for the first time, and McHale in his second attempt. He's caught with a left hook again. Real good repertoire of shots, these from Gallagher. Fast hands too. And he's answering some of the doubts about his stamina here too. We posed that question, and he's given us the answer, I think, to be fair to him. Right hand, really hammered home too from Gallagher, who's really in total control at the moment.
Yes, it looks as if all the strength's gone out of McHale.
Nothing more than a jab, stiff jab. McHale, I think, has nothing left. He looks at his corner. The count's at 8, 9. He's not going to make it. He's knocked out. He's knocked out. And for McHale, a carbon copy 10th round defeat as he had against Floyd Havard. But for PJ Gallagher, the British Championship, what a night for him. That is a tremendous performance. There's little Danny boy. Well, one day they'll tell him what really happened and how good his dad really was tonight.
Yes, a great performance from Gallagher. He did everything right. I think there was only one round where he really quietened down on the pace. A great fight, great performance. He'd learned a lot from his last fight. His jab was better, his movement was better, and I think that Campbell will be very pleased with that. He's really starting to bring it all together now.
Well, he's a fighter who could make the big graduation to world class. Mick Williamson giving him a hug, the London cab driver. Frank Maloney there, happy as Larry as well. And Colin Wilson, the trainer. They're just having a look at McHale, who took a lot of punches, gave it everything. And for the second time, heartbreakingly for him, it wasn't enough. But that was a marvellous performance, I thought, by Gallagher. Those are reassuring scenes, really, those in the corner, bearing in mind the safety debate, that he's getting proper examination, because that was a hard fight for McHale, wasn't it?
That was a very hard fight, and all the strength had gone out of him at the end of the fight, and I think it's right, he's going to have a good look in it. It was a courageous performance from McHale, but Gallagher was just really on top form tonight, and it was a very good performance from him.
PJ crosses himself and says thank you. And he's the winner and the champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes 59 seconds of round 10. The referee stopping the contest. And the new British Super Featherweight Champion, PJ Gallagher. And to present the championship belt, would you please welcome Mr. Phil Longren.
Well, the famous Lonsdale belt will be put around the waist of PJ Gallagher, and that is a proud moment. As far as I'm concerned, in terms of handsome belts, you can keep these World Championship belts. This is the best belt around. Look at that. What a fantastic belt that Lonsdale belt is. Any fighter would love that to keep, and he needs 2 more British Championship wins, and he can have it for good.
PJ, congratulations, but that was a tough fight.
Tough fight, Garrett. I tell you, that's the toughest fight I'll ever be in. I don't think I'll ever be in a tough fight just like it. He's thrown some wicked body shots, beautiful body shots. I felt 6 apart in there, my man. Went back to my corner, Frank and Colin here. Colin Wilson, the fucking best trainer ever was, Colin Wilson. He told me, Pat, to stick the jab in his face. Stick the jab in his face. I don't like the jab. My hand is very sore now, Gary, and believe me, I'm proud to be British champion, and it's always my dream to be British champion, Gary. You know that, man. And it's a great pleasure to be British champion at this very moment. You don't know what it is like. It's like winning the lottery, 10 million, like I tell you. The lottery wouldn't overcome this British title.
Well, that's 3 belts you got now. Now, just have a word for McHale, because he tried and tried and tried.
He came to fight. He came to win the title. He boxed for the title before, I believe. Yeah. We all know he boxed for the title before. He put a great effort. But I think he put a better effort there because the fella is getting on. He's 28 years old, like, and he hasn't got much time in the boxing. But he fought like a person that going for his first ever British title. He fought with a lion wouldn't fight harder than Dave McHale. All respect to him. Believe me, he put a great effort up, and he's proud to be British champion.
I think the viewers tonight will have fallen in love with your little boy, Danny. What are you going to teach him to say now?
He's always saying there's only one PJ. Now he's going to say there's British champion. I'd like to thank Frank Maroney here for giving me this shot so quick. This is my 4th fight down super featherweight, and there's not many fellas to get a shot so quick. Thanks very much, Frank, okay? Great, man. Colin Wilson here, I'd like to say, best trainer ever was. Forget about the country, the world. Eddie Fudge's Manuel Stewart's. This man is the best. It's a business. I like to say it live on TV. There's only one. Colin Wilson.
I'm just going to ask you, Frank, what would you like to do with PJ now? I mean, there's a European title shot, Alexandrov of Russia, possibly.
I think we're going to take our time and not get carried away. I think he's the most exciting fighter in Britain at the moment. He generates excitement, you can see by this crowd. But he's got to go back to school, he's got to learn, and he's got to take his time. There's no rush with Mr. Gallagher.